All right, artificial intelligence, of course, has quickly turned into an integral part of life, both for personal use and for business.
But for many, AI can be hard to navigate. Joining us right now with more on how not to fall behind in this AI revolution is the founder and CEO or AI Innovision, the queen of AI, Alicia Lyttle. Nice to have you here.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
There's so many stories out there that AI is something we should be scared of. Right. It's going to take our job. How do we make it our friend?
Right. So we do three things. So we first learn how to take the skills we currently have and stack AI on top of it. So if you're in marketing, how can you use AI to create new ads and new creatives? And that's the first thing that we do. And then the second thing is we just increase our AI literacy. How do you use tools that are like ChatGPT and Google Gemini? Because right now LinkedIn says that AI literacy is the #1 skill to have. And then also, as you're increasing your AI literacy, proving it.
Okay, so you talk about skills. What exactly would be a skill? Because
sure.
I do, go into ChatGPT and put some ideas in, see what they say, make it my own.
I love it.
What is the skill that I need right now?
Sure. So we call that prompting. So asking it what you need and asking it better questions so that you get better results. So people learn how to ask AI better. So how do we prompt better? How do we use these tools to get the maximum results? And a lot of times that's just getting a free account and learning how to use it and keep going with it and taking some free trainings. There's a lot out there right now.
I've heard some experts say AI is not necessarily going to take your job, but it can make you better at your job.
That's
I kind of think of it as like when Google came out, that all of a sudden you started having to use Google all the time, and it made you better at learning new stuff.
That's true.
I feel like AI has the same kind of capability.
It does. So when you're using an AI tool in your current job, you're saying, can I write my speech faster? And at least it's a good start. Can I use it to summarize the notes from the last meetings and create action items? So you can use it for all these things in your jobs to make you more efficient, more productive, get things done faster and easier. Who doesn't want that?
And I know you are putting together a summit that people can sort of learn how to learn about some of these different things. What is sort of the core of what you want people to understand?
Yeah, so I like to demystify AI for people. I like to say, get on your laptop or your computer, I'm going to show you what to do, and I show them, here's what you do the same thing that I do so that you can see the results. Let's turn yourself into a superhero. And so people do these things and they're like, that wasn't so hard. I saw she did it, now I can do it. Let me try something else with AI. So I do free summits and free classes all the time just to show people, like, just take one step and do one thing. And then they're like, let me see what else I can do.
I love
that's
that.
fun.
That's a great idea. I'm sure there's plenty of parents watching right now.
Yes.
What advice do you have for them incorporating AI in their lives?
Yeah, so a lot of parents are using AI to help their kids with their creativity. Let's make a book. So Google Gemini has something called Storybook, and a kid can type in one sentence and it will create a whole storybook for them, read it to them. Is that
good, though? I mean, does it take away the creativity if they're doing that story rather than you kind of sitting there with your child and making up a story together?
Right. Well, sometimes you'll think that it would, but then the child also gets to say, well, this is where I want to go with the story and let me see what happens with it. So we have a lot of children who are writing stories and listening to it every night, and they're getting better and better at their creative process as well.
My daughter used it one time to make a study guide, make a song for a study guide so that she could, so she wasn't like, so I said, okay, I guess that's okay for you to use it for that. One question I was going to ask you, I mean, what are some of the biggest mistakes people make when using ChatGPT? Is it just to kind of use it to only ask crazy questions and stuff like that?
You are 100% right. And that's using it just to ask a question. Let's dive a little bit deeper and think about the questions that we're asking it. Strategic questions like, how can I improve my AI skills? Give me 3 tips. It will give you 3 tips of what you can do. So using it as a study partner, using it as a productivity partner for business owners, using it as a business strategist, creating marketing plans for you. So digging in to see how that it can really help you to elevate yourself, upskill yourself, or build your business if you're a business owner.
Well, how can people find you?
Yeah.
Where's the best place we should look for you?
Sure. I'm all over social media, Alicia Lyttle. And I'm using AI all over social media for marketing. But my AI Business Summit is where I really want to send people. So AIBusinessSummit.com, just how it sounds, AIBusinessSummit.com. And I do free training, so I'm inviting people to come and learn.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's a great idea.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Nice to meet you.